Now, as you can tell, I love Halloween here on this channel, and I love Halloween as much as I love vintage Halloween costume patterns, and we're here to react to some of the ones that you sent me here on the community tab and over on Instagram right here. So let's dive in, of course, with one of mine, because we're not going to let you be the only ones embarrassed by these. I'm going to too. My mother made me this amazing gem, I believe in 1992, and it is The Little Mermaid. Now friends, while I do distinctly remember hating walking around in this thing, it was some type of itchy fabric, I don't know, but this one absolutely was from a vintage pattern, and here it is. So I mean, my mom only could do with what she had.
That'll do, pig.
And the first one of yours that we'll be looking at is my dear opera friend Frances's photo that she sent me. And well, it's a treat. Now, while the dress is absolutely adorable with the little bonnet and the sheep, the sheep, the stuff of nightmares. I do love this dress. She did tell me that her aunt had made it for her and that, well, she just inherited it. So let's see if we can find the pattern now. And I will accomplish this just like I have tried to accomplish every one of these videos, by using the Vintage Pattern Wiki, by going out broad with wide terms and narrowing it down. Not that. And whittling it down to finally finding the one that I'm looking for, which in this case is Simplicity 9947 from 1990. And when I asked my friend indeed if this was the pattern, it was confirmed that I was correct.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
And I'm not gonna lie, when the next one scares me to the bottom of my soul, I don't know if there's a pattern for this. I do know that my nightmares will now be haunted by this. I have no words. I have no words. That is...
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just...
Wow. Oh my God, that's terrifying. And next up we have Lisa Lee, and oh my goodness, look at the little rainbow braid. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what the other one is, but the rainbow braid. Oh my gosh, so precious. The boots, the everything. I love that. Okay, that makes me feel better after the ring moment. Oh, it's so cute. What is the buzz off thing though? Let's go find out some patterns to see if we can recreate these. And in the case of Rainbow Braid, I can say with 99.95% accuracy that it is McCall's 9254 from 1984. I'm not gonna lie, in the case of Buzz Off, I'm pretty sure that is a store-bought costume, and therefore no vintage sewing pattern is available, nor do I actually know what this is from, so if you do, let me know down in the comments. And next up, we have got Allison Fisher and Hootie Hoo! Look at, oh, with the little vintage bucket and the brown everything. Oh, that little owl is the most precious. Oh, it's so cute. And the glasses. Now, I need to know, were the glasses real or were they just for the costume? Because if they were real, also adorable, but also they like spot on for the costume. So like, I want to say they were just for the costume, but either way, that's the most precious thing. I don't know if I can find a pattern for it, but we're gonna try. And try I did. And while I did not find an exactly spot on replica, I did find a pattern from 1991, Simplicity 0564. That is a hootin' good time. I'll see myself out now. And now, of course, it would be not one of my videos if I didn't embarrass the crap out of myself here too. Let's toss in a few of mine. Now, as we've already seen, my mother did absolutely make almost all of my costumes. That was until 1995. And in 1995, I got my first store-bought costume, which to 10-year-old me sounded like the best thing ever. Not realizing that my mother's craftsmanship was actually far superior and less itchy than the ones at the store. But the biggest thing to note is that I was so excited at the time. I was so excited for this costume. And my mother was a touch salty about it. Not in like a bad way, but just like she really liked making my costume sort of way. And she made sure that I would know that in perpetuity by putting this into our photo album. I'm sorry, Mom. I should have listened. You should have just made it for me. Because this costume, while I look very excited in this, was absolutely the worst. The worst. It like snagged on everything. It was hot and itchy and awful, and I learned my lesson because then in the next year of 1996, I went back to letting her make my costumes. Now, while I'm not fully sure what's happening here, the purple satin with the pink satin and the very fake gemstones that I distinctly remember I personally hot glued onto these. I don't really remember what I was trying to be, other than just wear a costume, acquire candy. I think that was about the extent of that adventure. And I do believe that my mother used Simplicity 7795 from 1997 to accomplish this dress pattern. Also, I want to toss in a picture of Stephanie in 1993 where she was very angry that she was having to wear a coat over her pretty princess dress because it was snowing. And now, back to your costumes. Oh no. Oh, and dear Lisa sent us in quite a number. That's a whole posse of clowns. I'm sure my husband is cringing at this moment and possibly skipping this entire section because he hates clowns no matter how big or small they are. Wow. The rickrack, the fluffs. Oh. But I do actually have a couple vintage clown patterns that you can absolutely do this with should you want to recreate something along these lines, because it also scares me every time I find it. And for this cute clown concoction, you can either use McCall's 3353 from 1972 or Simplicity 4864 from 1954. And sometimes when you put out these calls, the titles of the emails worry you. Cursed Halloween photos. You're welcome. I'm a little nervous. Oh no. The Tweety bird. It's the eyes for me. No. Also, that must have been like ridiculously hot. Oh no. The Crinoline Gremlin has certainly gremlined their way into my brain with that image. And unfortunately, I do know that there is a pattern for that costume. In fact, dear viewer, there are two options. You can either use Butterick 6350 from 1978 or Butterick 5043 from 1990.
I thought I saw a putty cat.
And next we have another lovely creator here on YouTube and also on Instagram, Ashley Main Makes, who sent me in this adorable wizard costume. Like, look at all the little appliques. Although, Ashley, were you not excited? Cause like, it's the lean. It's the like, mom. Were you just like not a photo person? I did the same thing. But I love the blue and white. I love all the little appliques. Oh no, there's a wig! A wig? A hat? That's a wig. Oh, Ashley. Oh my goodness. Also, the makeup is really fun. Were you supposed to be someone particular? I don't actually know. But the whole look, the wig for me. It's the purple wig with the like, is it one snake or two snakes? That's adorable! I do think I know a wizard pattern that can get you close to this should you want to recreate this. And while this did take longer than I would care to admit to find this lovely costume, I am torn between Simplicity 9703 from 1995 and McCall's 5665 from 1991. Oh, and Michelle's costume is so cute, you guys. Oh my gosh. So it was described as a little corduroy dance number that her mom probably picked up at the thrift store, but I bet you we can find a pattern to go with it. But like, look at the sparkles. And the leg sass. Very sassy, I love it. And you can make your own copy of this thrifted marvel using Style 2864 from 1970 or McCall's 3037 from 1971. And then Deanna coming in strong as the mayor of Munchkinland. Oh, the hat. Why? It's the headgear for me. Like, The oversized clock, the oversized everything. That is delicious. That is adorable. That is so friggin' cute. And it's supposed to be like it's not a stopwatch. Pocket watch. It's supposed to be a pocket watch. Oh my gosh. That is adorable. I don't know if there were patterns for that. I know there were ones for other Wizard of Oz characters, but hey, let's give it a shot. And since I'm not gonna miss my shot, the closest thing I could find was Butterick 6550 from 1953.
Follow the yellow brick road.
And while we're reacting to things that have giant clocks on them, let's just take a gander back to 1983 and my father as Father Time. Now I am almost positive my mother also made this for him. I love the attempted age makeup in the photo. That's just like, good commit to the bit, Dad. I thought I only got these shenanigans from Mom. I feel like this has got to be some type of caftan thing because it's got a very large yoke. And just in the nick of time, Vogue 7255 from 1979 comes in clutch as the winner.
Boom, baby!
And now while my mother may not be with us anymore, she would absolutely be super proud to know that this photo will live on in eternity on the internet. Because this is the one costume photo that she said she always felt the sexiest in, but also the most uncomfortable just because she was putting herself out there. This is my mom, I believe, circa 82 or 81, before I was around. But she loved the color, she loved the outfit, and let's see if we can find a pattern to recreate my mother's iconic on the Beamer photo. And your best bet to recreate this iconic look is going to be using New Look 6591 from 1980 for the skirt, Simplicity 9973 for the top, and making yourself a square, fringed, bright pink shawl. And don't forget, I have been doing this type of birthday party forever, so here is me from 1997. I have a Rugrats cake. I'm not really clear as to why. This was a costume that my mother had made for herself that I just then acquired, as in stole from her closet, and wore. Now, she knew that we were doing this, because obviously this is a birthday party. It's very hard to see if there's ability for me to reproduce this. I will check out other photos and see if we can also find a pattern for this one. Sadly, the other photos gave no extra help, but I did figure out that Simplicity 9809 from 1990 is more than likely what my mother used. And while we may not be done with Halloween just yet, let's go ahead and find the pattern for the whole costume shenanigans that started it. This ridiculous Christmas photo. I was Mrs. Claus for some reason in one of the plays at the school. Don't really remember what I was doing, but I do know I had to wear the most itchy costume known to man. And of course my mother made it for me, and of course the pattern is more than likely Simplicity 9708 from 1995. Mop cap and all. I hope you enjoyed this today, and I do thank everyone who submitted their photos. I know I couldn't fit everyone into the video, but I do want to thank you nonetheless. And while we're talking about costumes, let's go ahead and check out this video right here where I rate vintage costume patterns, and YouTube thinks you'll like that one right there. Until next time, friends, sew in chaos. Bye. Okay, do the whole thing over, Here we go. Clowns, man.